Hot Springs down.
Really?
We had a young man last month sing from West Monroe, and there were people from this area that come over. So I'm saying on an average every month right now, and I'm not counting our big shows, we average about 225 people in attendance every show.
All right, and this is held, I think you told me, the Piney Woods Jamboree in a repurposed A&P
Correct.
place,
Ronnie,
correct?
you want to talk about
Yeah,
that?
Ronnie, step up there, Mike. Step back, Mike, and Ronnie, step up to the mic, and Mike, get back. So, Ronnie, give us the origin, the genesis of when this started and who inspired it.
My wife, Jan Heansberger, actually inspired this to happen. A lot of people don't know that. Johnny Harrington, many years ago, as you said, converted the old A&P building into a theater. He owned a theater in Branson, Missouri, where Willie Nelson got started, actually, and was good friends with Willie Nelson and a lot of the people in Branson. So Mayor Harrington was very instrumental in bringing some big acts to Spring Hill. We've had Willie Nelson in Spring Hill. We've had people that you wouldn't think would come to a small community. Ray Price, some of the big
When
ones.
was this? When was this?
This was probably 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
20
Okay.
years ago. But in recent years, the use of the CAC building, which is also named the Piney Woods Palace by Harrington, had quit during the pandemic and everything. We didn't have much entertainment going on in Spring Hill. And my wife, I've played in bands all my life. I was the keyboard player for Joe Stampley and the Uniques. And so my wife said, well, you need to do what Harrington did and get some groups in here to Spring Hill. So we started thinking what would be the best kind of music to bring to Spring Hill. And it seems like by far country music and classic country music is what people like.
Sure.
But our show gives them a really good mix. We don't just do country music. At this next show, we're doing a song by Ronnie Millsap called Lost in the 50s Tonight. That's not necessarily a country song, but we're doing Merle Haggard, Are the Good Times Really Over for Good, things like that. So we have a good variety in our show. But anyway, back to how the show started, my wife told me, you need to try to do something. So I tried to assemble the best group of musicians that I could put together to be the house band. And then we have a lot of local performers. Like you said, we have a band that's good enough to back up anybody, any entertainer that wants to come, whether it's Don Glass or Lloyd. They feel comfortable getting up and singing in front of our group because we're top-notch musicians that can play the songs like karaoke.
Right. So it was decided that it's going to be the second Saturday of every month. And tomorrow night, it's the anniversary and the second anniversary. I would of the reopening or the post-COVID opening, or doesn't matter, right? I mean, why is it the second anniversary, I guess?
We just happened to start it 2 years ago in August.
I got you.
There was no particular rhyme or reason.
So if I understand this right, there was a Piney Woods Jamboree 20 years ago. Then there wasn't a Piney Woods Jamboree. Am I misunderstanding?
No, you're misunderstanding that. When I said Mayor Harrington brought some big acts to Spring Hill, there never was a Piney Woods Jamboree in Spring Hill until 2 years ago. We just started this show.
Gotcha.
And it was based on really a show in Magnolia, Arkansas, the Columbia County Hayride, which I think is no longer in existence, but it was patterned after the Grand Ole Opry and shows that are Branson, Missouri-style shows. With we have comedy, we have a comedian or one or two comedians.
I'm putting up Shinbone right now. Tell me about Shinbone. He looks funny.
Shinbone's been with us since we started. He's very good, got some good material, and sometimes he dresses up like a woman and does all kind of different things. So
he drives all the way down from Hot Springs.
Right.
Oh, he comes in from Hot Springs.
From Hot Springs, Arkansas, to do a show.
All right. So Shinbone will be there tomorrow, and also another comedian.
Another comedian tomorrow.
Mr. Lynn Craig. He comes from Dorleen.
Mr. Lynn Craig will be there. Yeah.
He comes from Dorleen. He is basically sort of like Jerry Clower. He tells all family stories, and I mean, he was so funny the first time we had him there. I couldn't get him off the stage. He just kept on and it kept on. And so that's sort of become a joke when he comes back to the show of how I'm going to get him back off the stage.
Well, we can equip the audience with some tomatoes. No, we don't want to do that.
I tell you what,
it's family friendly.
I took an old dog shocking collar, and I took it out there and I told him, I said, you hold this, and when you feel something go in your fingers a buzz, that means you come back off the stage.
Piney Woods Jamboree tomorrow night. The doors will open at 6. The show at 7 in Spring Hill, Louisiana. And you mentioned that, on average 200, 250. How many can it hold? What's capacity?
This building will hold right at 1,000 people.
Really?
Yes, Lloyd was wrong about that. We set up chairs for like 250 or 300 for every
Gotcha.
show, but this building, a year ago, we brought in one of the top Southern gospel groups in the country, the Perrys from Nashville, and we set up comfortably 775 chairs.
Cool.
But it will hold right at 1,000.
And I understand the Cox family's coming in November or December or something. Okay, we'll have more details on that one.
Tim Atwood will be there. He played the piano at the Grand Ole Opry for 38 years. He'll be there in December.
Okay,
We have a
so
lot of big actors coming in for the rest of the year.
well, good, good. This is an introductory because we want to be part and parcel of this and help promote it because it's a neat thing in Spring Hill and it's family friendly. And I'm going to post up here now a fundraiser on Monday, September 18th. What's that for?
We have 25 sponsors that sponsor our show. Business people, individuals. Basically, that money pays for the band.
Right.
Our band comes in, usually they start setting up about 10 o'clock in the morning. And then we'll start practice right after lunch, and then the show starts. So these guys are basically up there all day long. So our sponsorship pays for these top musicians. So, and in order to keep our cost at $10 a ticket, which is a 2.5-hour show for $10, we're going to have this hamburger fundraiser because when the Cox family comes, we've got to pay them.
That's right.
That's their living.
That's right.
When Tim Atwood comes from Nashville, we've got to pay him. So this little extra, this benefit or fundraiser is going to help offray some of our costs.
Gotcha.
Because we are a nonprofit. Everything that we take in at the ticket booth and at the concession stand, that goes back in for concessions because we have some of the best popcorn. It's just like going to a movie theater. People love the popcorn. So
What makes your popcorn so good?
here's the
I
cooker.
make it.
Well, you gonna share the? Are you related to Orville Redenbacher? What? Give me your name.
We may use his popcorn, but we're not related to him.
No. All right. So, what can we say, or what didn't we say that you feel that the community needs to know about but hasn't known about? Who you are, why you do, and what you do.
A lot of people still don't know that there's a place they can go one night a month, the second Saturday night of every month, and see some good entertainment.
Well, we're going to change that for you.
And it's a good variety. It's not just strictly classic country. It's mostly classic country, but we do a lot of different kinds of music.
Like September next month will be an all gospel show.
Okay.
Gospel and patriotic music.
Gotcha. All right. So the Piney Woods Jamboree, and how does somebody get on your performance list? Who does the booking, and how's that work?
That's Angela.
Well, we have a committee.
Okay.
Mr. Ronnie and his wife, they handle the money, the ticket sales, and my wife included, the concession stand. I handle taking care of the building. We have a lead guitar player who is our music director. We have another lady that sings backup. She gets all of the songs and she lines up the show. We have another man on the committee that is our sound man. He takes care of all the sound and everything on the stage. And we usually meet about once a month and discuss what's happening the next month. And we all come to agreement of.
Cool.
But if you want to be on our show, what we normally do, if you've got a CD or if you've got a video of yourself, you can send that to us. We'll all look at it. And I don't think we've turned many people down because we like promoting, especially these young folks,
Right.
These young kids. We even had here a couple months ago a night where we had, like my granddaughter, she's 8 years old. She sang with me. I mean, that brings in the people. Grandma, granddad, mama, everybody's coming. And we had like 10 kids like that on the show that night. So that was a great night. So we try to do, we try to have several times a year, like the Cox family and Dawn and Lonesome Lloyd coming in. But there's so much local talent out there in just our parish of Webster Parish alone. So
we had an Elvis Presley impersonator for one show.
Did he go to Burger King before he came to your show?
We're
Or
not sure where he went, but he put on a good show. Had the outfits.
where is he from?
I don't
He was
remember.
from the Longview area.
Okay.
But he was in the top 10 of the Elvis impersonators.
Well, good,
We
man.
had like 500 and something people there. He was there with the scarves and the ladies flocked the stage like Elvis was truly in the building.
Sometimes I don't know what reality I'm in anymore, but that's okay. It's as long as everybody's having fun, and it sounds like they're having fun. It's the Piney Woods Jamboree, Spring Hill, Louisiana, tomorrow night. It's August 12th. Now, this is going to be live. It is live, but it's also going to be archived. So for folks, it's always the second Saturday of every month in the CAC, Community Activities Center building. What else is that building used for? Anything?
Well, some people, they use it for weddings. There's been funerals in the building. They do a lot of family reunions in there. It's used usually a couple times a week.
Cool. All right. Well, let's. Everybody here on the queue knows what to do. They need to get in the car at $10 tomorrow night, and doors open at 6. The line dancing lessons at 6:15, and then the show starts at 7. And run down the artists again.
Tomorrow night will be our second anniversary show. Dawn Glass, Lonesome Lloyd Nelson, and then the regulars like myself, Angela Allen, Rhonda Delamar, Zane Glasscock, our lead guitar player, Brett Traylor, our pianist. We will all perform just like one song or two songs apiece, but we're going to give the majority of the time to Dawn and Lonesome Lloyd.
Awesome. Stick around where you go. We'll kill the live stream in just a second. We're going to get back to the music here on the Q 94.1. We are your home for real country. All right, so that's the radio. We're still streaming live. Johnny's Pizza. No, Q94.1. Okay, shouldn't do that to people, but all right, so anything else you all want to say?
Well, you was asking a while ago, and I sort of get emotional telling people this sometimes, but being the announcer and being able to look out at the people that I know don't feel comfortable driving to Bossier or Shreveport, especially the older people, and I see a smile on their face or a tear in their eye, that does something for me, because I feel like we're doing something, we're giving them a night out.
Oh, totally.
Right at home. We don't even have a police officer around, so they can feel comfortable coming there. There's no cussing, there's no drinking, and they can get up and have a great time. And I tell them all the time, where can you go in a 100-mile radius for $10 and listen to a 2.5-hour show? It costs now, and I've been going to the Grand Ole Opry a long time, it costs almost $100 to walk in there
walk in the door,
for a 2-hour show.
Wow.
And like I'm looking at your poster over there about the Keeping It Country concert in November. Tim Atwood's coming to us, but he's also singing at that in November. And a lot of our band members are playing in that band over there. So that tells you the quality of the band that we have.
Oh, yeah. So, man, this is good. Well, good. This is an introductory as far for me personally, as well as maybe for some of the audience that did not know about the Piney Woods Jamboree, Spring Hill, Louisiana. And let's talk and walk about, promoting each and every month for y'all.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So there you have it. You know what to do. Help push the message out for them. And the more we have, the more we help. So let's